Hey, what's going on, guys? Wasted Pixels here, and welcome to DayZ. This is actually a mod for a game called Arma 2 and Arma 2 Operation Arrowhead. And this video is just going to kind of be a basic introduction to the game to get you guys familiar with what you would expect if you first started playing. Now, as you can see, my character right now has some guns on him, which when you spawn in you will not have any guns. All you will have is a backpack, a bandage, and maybe some painkillers. I can't honestly remember. But basically what this game is a hardcore survival type game, and it has zombies. It's like a post-apocalypse hardcore survival game. It's the best way I can explain it, and basically your goal is to just not die, which is actually harder than you would think. And as you can see right there, that is a zombie. And the zombies in this game are not like George Romero-esque zombies that are just stupid and kind of wander at you aimlessly, very slowly. These are like super fast zombies that will sprint at you and eat you in a heartbeat. So you got to be really careful. And this game is also like extremely realistic. As you can see in the bottom right hand corner of the screen, I have that little bong looking thing that's actually a temperature, which I don't think they've introduced yet, but I know they plan on adding a temperature effect to the game to where if it's cold outside you'll feel the effects of being cold, stuff like that. And the one below that is your water source, the little canteen looking thing. And if that gets too low, you will actually start dying of dehydration. Your screen will get all blurry, stuff like that. So you got to remember to drink. And the one below that is your blood supply. As you can see, mine is not completely green, and that's because on this character I have actually been bitten before. And if you get bitten, you start bleeding. And to stop the bleeding, you have to use a bandage, just like right here. You just right click on the bandage and hit bandage myself. And that's how you stop yourself from bleeding out to death. And if you lose blood, the only way you can get it back is, I believe you recover blood from eating, but it's not that much. The way to get a lot of blood back is to actually do a blood transfusion, which you have to go to a hospital and get like a pack of blood. And hospitals are very dangerous because they're usually located in large cities, which are very dangerous because zombies and other players. Now right now in this server there are about 50 other people, well 49, 50 including myself, actually playing on the server. And as you can see, the world is pretty big. You can Google a map of it to get the full effect. Excuse me, I had to take a drink of water. But you have to I forgot what I was saying now. Oh yeah, the map is really big, so you got to be careful. I mean, even if there's 50 people in the world, you're not going to be bumping shoulders with them or anything too often. So you don't really need to worry about that. But I will say, if you find another player in the game, approach them with caution. Use your chat communication, which is caps lock right there, or pressing the question mark button. And you have to change your channel. Usually you want to use direct communication. That speaks to anyone in your general vicinity. So anyone around you can hear you either through the chat or in the text, whichever you prefer. But just try to find out if they're friendly or not. And if they don't respond, don't waste your time trying to be nice to them. Just either kill them on the spot or leave, because you'll get screwed over a lot, because there are a lot of jerks that play this game that just like to kill people. So there's that. And if you kill too many people, as you can see in the top right corner, the debug monitor, it says I have 0 murders. Well, it'll keep count how many people you kill in your lifetime. Now if you kill someone and then you die, that number will restart. And if you do kill someone, down in the right hand corner above the temperature gauge will appear a face, and the more people you kill, the meaner that face will look, and eventually you will become a bandit. And that basically just kind of warns people to stay away from you. So there is a negative side to killing people, so you might want to do that with caution, unless you are a jerk and you just like killing other people and taking all their stuff. But as you can see, I'm in a little camp right now. This is a military base, which is where I got my AK-47 at, or AK-74 I guess. yeah, those are good places to raid and stuff, but you got to be careful because other people are usually around here. And as you can see, there are quite a few zombies just walking around. And another thing about this game is that the day and night cycle is like real life. So there's 12 hours of day and 12 hours of night, basically. And if you get this little error, don't worry. I don't know why it pops up, but you can continue playing even if you get it. So that's that. But it will be day or night in the game depending on where the server is located. Like this server right now is located in New York, and it's about noon in New York, so as you can see it's daytime out. Now if I was to connect to a server in, say, I don't know, Sweden or somewhere, it would probably be close to night. I'd have to look up what time it is in Sweden right now, but I think it's like 9 or 8 p.m., something like that. So it would be dark, and if you play this game during the night, be very careful because it is extremely dark at night. You cannot see 2 feet in front of your face. You need a flashlight or flares or something, some way of illuminating, because it is way too dark to actually play. You'll just be wandering aimlessly in the dark. So if you happen to play this game at night, I would recommend connecting to a server on the opposite side of the world of you. You will get a terrible ping, but in this game, ping is not really that big of an issue. Of course, you don't want like a massive one, because then the zombies will probably be lagging and you'll have a hard time killing them. But it's not like a competitive multiplayer game where ping is everything, so you don't really need to worry about if you have, like, say, a 300 ping or something. It's not the end of the world in this game. But yeah, those are the basics of DayZ. The controls are pretty complicated, so when you log in you might want to go over those. Unless you are familiar with Arma 2, then you can probably figure them out pretty easily. And oh, another thing, this mod, you have to install Arma 2 and Arma 2 Operation Arrowhead. And there's a Steam pack available called the Combined Operations, which is both of the games, and I think it's $30. So if you have $30 to spend, I would definitely recommend getting the game. The base Arma 2 game is actually a lot of fun, so even if you don't like DayZ itself, Arma 2 is still a really good game. It's actually a military simulator, and it's a lot of fun. So there is that, and I think that has covered all the basics. I'm trying to think here. And I kind of want to go back down to this military base, but oh, I'll go over the walking and stuff. Okay, so if you stand up, as you can see in the right hand corner, it's kind of covered up by the debug monitor. I'm not sure why my screen is like that, but you can see the little eye, and then you see a bunch of bars. Now that indicates how visible you are at a time. So if you see right now, there are, what, 3 bars, and whenever I lay down, the bars go to 0. So that means that whenever I'm laying, it is very hard to see me, and zombies usually cannot detect you. So the best way to get around, if you're going to, say, crawl over there, the best way is to go prone and slowly crawl your way over there. Just be careful. You can get pretty close to zombies when you're crawling, but I wouldn't recommend getting that close just in case. And there's also crouch mode, and you can also hold shift to sneak even more. As you can see, this is without shift. This is with shift, and above the eye is an ear, and that shows how loud you are being at the time, how much noise you are producing. And as you can see, whenever I move, right now I'm producing 1 bar of noise, so that means that anything pretty close to me will be able to hear me. And right now I'm producing 2, so as you can tell, the more noise you produce, the farther away people will be able to detect you and chase you. And pro tip for losing zombies, the best way I found to lose zombies, say you are getting chased by a zombie and you don't have a gun or anything like that, the best way to lose them, in my opinion, is to run either inside of a building, like make sure the building has 2 exits and just run through the building, because zombies seem to run or start walking when they enter a building. They don't like sprint, so that'll slow them down a lot. Another way is to run up a steep hill. This isn't a good example, but if you find a really steep hill that forces you to walk slowly like this up it, then that means the zombie will have to walk even slower up it, so that gives you a pretty good chance of getting away. Another way is to just kind of bob and weave through trees and buildings and stuff like that, try to break the line of sight and make them turn as much as possible. And the final way, which is not really recommended, is to get in the water. Now, zombies swim really slowly, but as do you. And the bad thing about getting in the water is that you actually lose all of your stuff that is not in your pockets. So as you can see right here, this is all in my pockets. And then if I open up my bag, this is all the stuff that is in my coyote bag. And when you go for a swim, you will actually lose your bag. It falls off, I don't know why, but it does. So just remember that if you decide to go into the water, that you will lose your backpack, so be careful. And you will also lose your primary gun. So if I was to swim right now, the only thing I would have left is the stuff right here, and I would lose the AK, of course, but I would have a G17. That would be my only weapon left. And one more thing, whenever you shoot a gun in DayZ, it makes a noise, just like in real life, and the noise will actually attract zombies. So you want to make sure that if you're going to shoot a gun, you have a way to escape wherever you're at, because zombies will start running towards wherever that gunshot was. So you want to be really careful about that. Like, say if I was to shoot this zombie right here, those zombies over there have a very high probability of hearing me and coming sprinting this way at me. So you want to make sure not to attract too much attention. Looks like there's a dead body over there. I might have to go scavenge that. But yeah, those are the basics of DayZ. I hope this video has been helpful. If it has, feel free to rate the video. And if you guys want to see more DayZ, I plan on doing a survival series, not really a guide or anything, just a series. Maybe with a couple friends, I'm not sure yet. But those are the basics of DayZ, so if you found it helpful, please don't forget to rate the video. And if you want to see more zombie stuff, let me know in the comments. I'm going to get away from this guy. And subscribe for more fun videos. And other than that, I will see you guys later.